Radio 7, WLW. I'm Mike Weber in your Sunday afternoon, and get used to it. Get used to the 1980s. You may be used to now writing, what number of the month? Number 2. The second month of the year, the third day of the month. And you can start it out by helping a kid by renting one. Sounds odd, but that's right. The Rent-A-Kid organization, they can do jobs for you, and they live right in your community. So look them up in the phone book, the local Rent-A-Kid office in your county. Rent-A-Kid. Perfect for tax time, of course. You can get an extra deduction in there, as long as they don't catch you. Of course, my neighbor will lend you one of his, I'm sure. I'll tell you, talk about times changing as far as homework and kids and everything. I'll tell you about that next. It's all free. And WLW's Family Fun Fair is brought to you by our fine family of sponsors, including Conn's Fine Meats. Great meat makes great winners. Depend on Conn's. Encore Frozen Foods, the quality line in your grocer's freezer. And On TV, bringing uncut, commercial-free current movies to Cincinnati. Yesterday it started. Last night. It was the first night of that. Well, as far as the homework, my kid, next-door neighbor, his kid came home. Typical weekend thing. You end up helping him out with the homework. We were talking about it yesterday. He said that had a math problem that stumped the entire family. The problem was this. See if you can figure it out. If Joe sells gasoline for 30 cents a gallon and Dick sells it for 28 cents a gallon, and you spend $3 to fill a 10-gallon tank, where did you buy your gasoline? The correct answer, of course, 1959. Thinking back to the other thing, how it's changed. Back then, you learned how to add when you're in school, remember, counting your fingers and toes? Now the kids use a pocket calculator to count their fingers and toes. 7 WLW at 114. Romeo's Tune and Romeo. If you're looking around for some food, check out the new book entitled Food for Lovers. It is a book out with the most complete set of recipes of romantic food, and I have yet to figure out what romantic food is, but they have it all in the book, and they call it cuddling cuisine. Cuddling cuisine. Of course, you have to be able to eat it with one hand. That's the one thing. No onions or garlic in the recipes either, I'm sure. Let's check sports here. A service of Coke and your Coca-Cola bottler. Everybody's on hand in Landover, Maryland for the NBA All-Star Game set for this afternoon. John McEnroe and Roscoe Tanner battle this afternoon in the finals of the Richmond Tennis Classic. Have a Coke and a smile. That's sports on Radio 7. A service of Coke and your Coca-Cola bottlers. It's 117. WLW 120, Sunday afternoon. I'm Mike Weber, Radio 7. A crisp 22 and sunny in greater Cincinnati. Here's Dion.
This is insane. Is it you?
Radio 7, WLW.
Could you be the dream?
Radio 7, WLW. Do you ever have one of those situations where you've had a deja vu sort of a thing where you go over something again and it's just exactly the way it happened, you swear before, like you dreamed it, exactly the same circumstances, the whole thing? I do. I don't know about you, but it's usually about the same time I'm opening up a new set of bills. Radio 7 weather calls for partly cloudy skies this afternoon is bright and brisk. Continued cold, high temperature about 23 degrees. Lows tonight about 6. That's it, just 6. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high of 23 once again. And a 10% chance of some snow tonight, near 0% for Monday. Right now in greater Cincinnati, it's 23 degrees, mostly sunny at 125 on Radio 7. I'm Mike Weber. Radio 7, WLW. That's Maria. Midnight at the Oasis at 129. And our own oasis in a veritable desert of information. Here she is, Kathy Lair, with the latest in the news.
Thanks, Mike. I'm Kathy Lair, WLW News.
We love you, Cincinnati.
Radio 7 WLW. As we work our way into, is it the beginning or the end of the week? Depends on how you look at it. Sunday afternoon, I'm Mike Weber with you here, and of course, normally doing telephone talk at night, you know that. But except for this afternoon. You know, it's been interesting. We've had a lot of talk this past week in the evenings about President Carter, the way that things are going over in Iran, and the draft especially. And last night, I come up with the greatest ideas when I'm in the shower. No, come on. Take it easy on me. But, with the budget the way it is, it's very large budget. But if you look at it, look at the percentage money there is going to two items, defense and Social Security. The way I figure it, we can really wise up and save a lot if we just start drafting people when they turn 65.
Hi, this is Phil Sampson with the Reds in Florida.
It's 20 till 2, 140 on Radio 7, and if you've been having trouble with your sleep lately, tune into my show tomorrow night, and you'll have no problems. Not that the show's going to put you to sleep, but my guest will be Dr. Jim Walsh. He's from the UC Sleep Disorder Center, and we'll have some stimulating conversation about sleep on People Radio, the telephone talk show, 10 p.m., right here on Radio 7, WLW. Radio 7 WLW with the King, doing some dreaming. You know, research at a Boston sleep lab shows that people who sleep 9 hours or more a night, every night, tend to be chronic worriers. Then why do they sleep so well?
There's one thing in my life that's missing.
Radio 7 WLW. Cool change, Little River Band, and it's pretty easy to come up with some cold, hard cash this afternoon. Radio 7 weather calls for partly cloudy skies and a high, if you call it that, of 23 degrees. Low tonight about 6, mostly sunny Monday, a high again, just like today, 23. We do have some sunshine, so, take advantage of the solar advantage. Open up the blinds or the curtains on the south side of the house, close the ones on the north side, and save a little bit on heating bills. And we do have that to take advantage of. Sunny and 23. We're at our high at 147 on Radio 7.
Pickup and delivery.
Radio 7 WLW. Captain Neil doing the shopping for no doubt that Valentine gift or something of that nature. Getting inundated with that all of a sudden. I think the Valentine stuff was up shortly before New Year's. I think something like that. But it does take some shopping. You really send out Valentines? Remember you used to do that in school? Made a little mailbox sort of a thing that on Friday before Valentine's Day you got to do and all that. Whatever. My wife is shopping around for some of those real old-fashioned type Valentines. Remember those? The kind you could buy for a dime and mail for a nickel?
There's no other deodorant soap.
It's 152. I'll give you some statistics about greeting cards and things like that, the way it stacks up next.
The Fine Arts Fund. More to grow on for everyone.
It's 154 on WLW. I'm Mike Weber with your Sunday afternoon. And the card industry sales, they stack up like this. 5% of the sales are for Mother's Day. 2.5% of the greeting card sales go to Father's Day. 15% for Valentine's Day. 25% for Christmas. 50% for birthdays. That's the way it is. Do you notice the high amount of sales on the gift-giving occasions? Sort of matches up with the company slogan in a way. Slogan would go, when you care enough to give the very least, right? Here's Terry DeSario on Radio 7. WLW 156. I'm Mike Weber, ready for you for this afternoon. With you till 6. You're on Radio 7 WLW.
10,000 watts, clear channel voice of the Cincinnati Bengals. This is WLW Cincinnati, flagship station of Mariner Communications.
NBC News. Radio 7 weather calls for partly cloudy skies this afternoon and tonight. Continued cold, a high of about 23. Low tonight, 6 degrees. Mostly sunny Monday, again a high near 23 degrees. Right now in Greater Cincinnati, we are at our high, 23 at 206.
Radio 7,
WLW, 210. We don't talk anymore. Heck, we don't. We do, too. 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. We talk about all sorts of things on People Radio. Tomorrow night, my guest will be Dr. Jim Walsh, and we'll be talking about sleep. Now, come on. Ease up. It's going to be a lot more exciting than it sounds. We're going to be talking about sleep and sleep disorders. He's from the UC Sleep Disorder Center. They do lots of things up there. And we'll talk about it tomorrow night at 10 here on Radio 7 WLW. I'm Mike Weber, the Bee Gees. Radio 7. WLW. Bee Gees from back in their depressing era. And we thought, gee, they won't be around that much longer, will they? Getting a message to you, just like everybody with bumper stickers in their cars. And I saw a neat one. Every now and then you see a bumper sticker that'll catch your eye. And I think they're getting to be a little bit more passé now. But a lot of messages there. Saw a neat one on the way to work today. It's on the back of a wreck, really. It was a wreck. I think the bumper sticker was holding it together. It said, "My other car is a Porsche."
Now's the time for living.
A division of the Ryland Group.
2:14 on WLW in sports this afternoon in college basketball. First of all, Louisville's facing St. John's of New York, and early in the first half, it's Louisville 4, St. John's, I guess it's early. This game just started? What is this? Louisville 4, St. John's zip. The NBA All-Star game is underway, and after the first quarter, the West All-Stars lead the East squad 37-28. Vice President of the West German Olympic Committee says to hold the Summer Games in Moscow is no longer possible. Max Danz said today that the games must be delayed a year, but still be held in Moscow. He also said he would be against a boycott of the games. Today in Las Vegas, WBC heavyweight champion Larry Holmes will fight challenger, we don't know how to say his name, Lorenzo Zanon. I think it's Lorenzo Zanon. The fight's at 4:30. Bill Dennison, my sports writer, said we'll find out then how to say it. He's from Italy, and he's in a championship bout out there with Larry Holmes, and that's at 4:30. Dave Edwards holds a 2-stroke lead in the final round of the Bing Crosby golf tourney, and the former national collegiate champion says that golf is a funny game.
I see golf is a kind of a funny game. You can work real hard at it for a long time and don't seem to get anywhere, and then all of a sudden something happens and things start clicking and you play real well.
Boy, I tell you, things are happening fast now in the All-Star game. At halftime, the quarter just ended. At halftime, it's 64-64, the East and the West. Okay, Bill, did you find out how's it said? Lorenzo Z-A-N-O-N. Is it Zanon? Don't shake your head. This is radio. We can't see what you're doing. Say something.